So we thought we'd have an award segment, and we are calling these the Braggsy Awards.
Yeah,
wow, look at that figure.
Look at that. He has never looked better than he looks right now on the Braggsy Award.
Is that Ozempic?
Yeah, the Braggsies. It's kind of like the Dundies, you know. I'm honored.
Oh,
I'm honored. The Dundies. Yeah. So the Braggsies here debuting.
We have 4 categories, and we will let the Braggsy present the Braggsies.
Yeah,
we're gonna
go ahead, Adam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, settle down there. We know you're
Well, it
excited.
might be. It's 5. It's 5 categories. So
We have 5. I thought we only had 4. I thought we had best moment, best character, biggest surprise, and worst moment.
It is 4.
You got to counting to 4 is tough. That's not an easy one. That's why it's the Braggsies.
All right, Braggs. For best moment, what do you have?
We're off to a great start here with the Braggsies. So my best moment obviously has to go to Cole Kmet rocking the CHGO gear at Wrigley. Obviously, CHGO making a bunch of cameos here in these episodes. And I'll tell you what, if any fan watching this show makes it on Hard Knocks with their CHGO shirt on and you screenshot it to me, I will send you another shirt. That's a deal from Greg Braggs right there. Best moment, Cole Kmet. I'll send you a shirt, Cole, just because I love you so much. No Karn, because you made a cameo. I'm not sending you a shirt. You have to get your own.
Can we underline that in that shirt, that fastball was sick. That was a great freaking outside corner. Clark the Cub, underrated ability to catch the baseball. That was a strong moment. I was trying to, by the way, ask Cole Togue if Clark the Cub spoke to him, or was it just mascot integrity? And he didn't say a word. I want to know. That was awesome.
Whatever. Put some pants on, Clark the Cub.
Speaking real quick of first pitches. So I threw out the first pitch for the Cubs. I threw it right down the middle, like a real former baseball player. But a guy you guys had on the show that I used to play with, the lucky lefty, Henry Melton, probably had one of the worst first pitches ever. I wonder if somebody can find it. It was awful. He hit the dirt a bunch of times. He tried to throw it hard, like showing his arm. It was terrible.
This is the kind of dirt we need before Henry Melton comes in studio with us.
Yeah, I didn't know we were gonna get into the first pitch and all that, but I did sing the 7th inning stretch, and people were like booing me. I sang it fine, but I ain't got the best voice.
You got the Caleb treatment, huh?
Okay. Exactly. I got the Caleb treatment, but that was a cool experience. Throwing out the first pitch, they give you the jersey. I actually wore it when the Cubs played the Cardinals. Miles Mastroboni, that's his family friend, went to go check him out. So our dads grew up together in Jersey, so had to show support for him. Wear the Cubs jersey in St. Louis. Get some.
Well, that's actually awesome.
Let's go.
That's gonna make a lot of Cubs fans happy, including Cole Kmet. How about best character on episode 1 of Hard Knocks?
Yeah, well, we talked about it here a lot earlier in the show, but Nick Saban making the cameo, showing up, really guiding Matt Eberflus into the next, step, the next evolution in his, coaching prowess here with the Chicago Bears. So sounds like Eberflus took some good advice from one of the greatest coaches of all time. And I really enjoyed just that conversation and that behind the scenes look there. It's not every day you have somebody like that walk through House Hall. There was once upon a time where Nick Saban was considered a candidate to be the head coach of the Chicago Bears, but there he is helping out our current head coach. So he's got to win best character this time. I guess I could have also given it to Simone Biles. Really enjoyed that part of it, but I gave it to Nick Saban for taking the award here.
Are we allowed to quibble with the Braggsies? I don't know the rules on this, but Woot, are you with me?
You can quibble.
Canada.
Theo Benedette is the guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
hang on here. Let me lay down the rules here of the Braggsies. It's a one-man committee, and that's the official award being given out. Yeah. But like the Emmys or the Oscars or anything like that, you are allowed to chime in as a member of the media and criticize the award.
Yeah.
I mean, I would fire the originator of this segment and his meatballness for not shouting out the meatball who was willing to stand in front of the team with an eagle with front facing with nothing else. that was, I mean,
Some balls.
I mean,
That's
that took some serious freaking
Yeah.
cojones. That was amazing.
That's true.
And I mean, the Canadian Eagle, he's been
Yeah.
mentioned 17,000 times in the chat here. This guy was unbelievable. And you're and now you put him in third place. That like bronze medal, even I don't even know if he's third. That's upsetting.
And maybe your quibbling is the reason you were fired here from CHGO After Dark, because we'll get to our next award, Adam Hogue, if you will.
Wow. The committee just took over the one-man committee. Biggest surprise, Mr. Greg?
The biggest surprise of this show, without question, is Theo Benedict, offensive lineman out of Canada. As you mentioned before, you were so impatient, Mark Carmen, and the rest of you in the chat, with his American Eagle thong singing God Bless America. Good for him. Out of Toronto, dude, out of UBC. The UBC Thunderbirds, making them proud. And then, it starts with such a bright moment, making everyone, in the room, in the meeting room, laughing, dying. You saw that camaraderie there. And then at the end of the show, you see how he hurts himself in the Hall of Fame game. And so there's, that if you're making a movie, that's where it pulls at your heartstrings, and you hope that there's a speedy recovery so he can have more of an opportunity to show himself there. So for me, he was the biggest surprise, because every time you're going into Hard Knocks, you're like, man, who are going to be the roster bubble guy they highlight? And not one of us was bringing up Theo Benedict at all. So, he might have been worthy of some of these other awards. I know everybody was getting upset in the chat. Hold your horses. He won a Braggsy tonight.
That was in an episode that otherwise did not, I don't think, included a single word of profanity, which surprised me, because I was watching with my son. That was the only thing that came close to anything where you're getting at all uncomfortable, but it was very enjoyable. I love Flus's reaction too, to be like, I'm not going down there until he puts pants back on. That was a nice little response there from Flus. And it was sad that, in the game, he nearly tore his Canadian Eagle. Fortunately, I think it was just a hamstring.
Yeah, I thought it was like an ACL or Achilles, the way that I was like, no. But then they say hamstring. I'm like, all right, that's something. Yeah, they said 4 weeks. He's an offensive lineman, right? He doesn't have to make the same cuts that, wide receiver, running back, or defensive end or linebacker would make. So hopefully he could be back before that, maybe. Yeah, he's Canadian, right? He'll wear a Canadian tuxedo. It's got healing powers, and he'll be back.
I'll go honorable mention on this one. I won't quibble with Braggs' call here because Theo deserves an award here, and at least he got one. But I'll go honorable mention to the Austin Reed family. That was a super cool moment. And we're sitting there they can just get this over with, call the game, and then there's actually real people getting to live their dream. And this might, who knows if he'll get to do that again. He would have played basically a whole quarter and a half. So I was feeling the pain from him. And it was super cool just seeing how nervous his family was, and then marking it down. That's he got at least a yard. He's got up to 10 yards. I loved the Reed family. That was cool.
So I saw something in the comments about the Bears becoming America's team. I low-key think the Bears are America's team. I'll tell you why. And when I played, we took over what America's team is, right? Dallas Cowboys, Jerry's World Stadium. There were, I don't even remember the game, 2012, right? We played them there. And that's Briggs, Peanut, and Major Wright all have picks on Tony Romo. We take over that stadium. A doctor I work with, for my med device sales job, was there. We're talking about it. He's like, yeah, you remember that time when they took over the stadium? That was a constant theme, like Jerry's World, Dallas, America's team. There's more Bear fans there. It's louder. The Bears are America's team. And think about it, like what they're building right now is going to continue doing like that. Like I mentioned with Hard Knocks in Detroit, everybody was rooting for Detroit. And I hope the same thing. Hey, if you guys want to be bandwagon Bears fans, hey, we got a seat for you on this ride, baby.
Yeah, you're right. And Bears fans are notorious for taking over every road stadium, good when the team is good or bad. And when they're good, they really dominate those road crowds. And
Tennessee.
What's that?
That was the same
Yeah.
year. Tennessee was the same year, and Jacksonville, I believe. Those were all the same season.
Dude, when
And
they're
Bears
good,
fans drank all the Miller Lite.
yep. They ran out of light beer in Nashville. Anytime they're good, we take over Detroit. To your point in the 2012 Dallas game, my guy $1.99 super chat, Bradley Hassey, my guy. I took him to that game. I flew down to Dallas, and me, my wife, and him and his wife, we were at the game, so we were some of those fans as well.
All right, we do have one more Braggsy to give out. This one goes to worst moment.
Yes, worst moment. I had a few of them. Carm keeps jumping the gun on me, on some of these awards. Theo Benedett did get on the Braggsy award. He got jumpy. And then my worst moment, it was like hard. I had a 3-way tie. And you're 100% right, Carm. Austin Reed losing snaps because of the rain out. It was getting late. Okay, they called the game. Let's get it over. And you don't take into consideration a family like that and a guy like that missing out on reps that he's never going to be able to get back. An opportunity to be on the national stage. No other NFL teams are playing but those two. Everybody's watching you. You had over a quarter of football still to play. He'll never be able to get that opportunity back again. So that's heartbreaking for Austin Reed and his family. So that was one of the worst moments. And then a couple of Caleb Williams not finishing his song. To your point, Corey Wooten, you gotta finish the song, Caleb. I'm sorry. And now that you haven't finished the song, you better get back up there and finish a damn song. Everybody else, you got guys up there in a thong finishing their song. You got to get up there and finish the song, Caleb.
Can you finish it for him, Braggs?
That's not my song. That's his song.
No, but I'm saying, can you finish it for him?
Be a teammate.
No.
Do something.
Let me pick
We're
my
just
own damn
ordinary
song.
people. We don't know which way to go.
You could pick your own song right now. Go ahead. Pick a song. Sing it to us. Let's go.
Carm, you do enough singing here on this
I'm
show.
asking you to sing.
Okay, Braggs, signing bonus, CHGO, and then song.
Yeah. So I'm not singing. We do enough singing on this show. I'm not singing.
Did you have one more? Did you have one more honorable mention?
And then I did have one more on worst moments. Everybody loves the slip and slide. I'm sorry. Do not bring this slip and slide back into the equation. Like, it was funny too, because Kerry Joseph was the first one to do it, and he almost ate it, where his head like snapped back. Because when you're
concussion protocol.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get the whole idea behind it, but no more slip and slide. Don't make him do this, because the worst thing that could happen, like you said, is your head snaps too far back. Now you're hitting the turf, and now we're missing practices. No, thank you. No more slip and slide.
Okay, but I'm almost surprised, unless I miss it, no one in the comments has already pointed this out, because this is going to be on brand for me. Does anyone know what I'm about to say about all that, and the reason why I'm glad they showed it?
I have no idea.
Do you remember my criticism of Justin Fields sliding?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't put his back down. He left his whole upper body every time he slid vulnerable to a hit. And if you watch Caleb, he got his back down. And the cool part about the slip and slide is you could see he did it because his back was actually wet with water, because he got all the way down with his back. And that tells me that anyone who gives credit to people for playing baseball ever again, playing football, doesn't matter, because Justin played baseball. Caleb did not. Caleb slides better than Justin. MVP season coming, confirmed.
We all silly like the mayor.